General Hospital. Britt's final hour. A mother's ultimate sacrifice. In the most heart-wrenching twist yet on ABC's General Hospital, Dr. Britt Westburn finds herself facing the ultimate countdown as Pascal's cruel machinations come to a devastating conclusion. With just 1 hour left to live, Britt makes the most painful decision of her life, revealing a secret that will forever change Jason Morgan's world. Pascal's deadly ultimatum. The nightmare begins when Pascal, the ruthless enforcer who has kept Britt under his control at the Five Poppies Resort in Croatia, activates the explosive device embedded in her ankle monitor. After realizing that Britt is no longer useful to his operation, Pascal coldly informs her that she has exactly 1 hour before the device detonates. The decision comes after Britt's repeated acts of defiance, including her unauthorized trip to Paris and her attempts to help Jocelyn Jacques and Vaughn escape their captivity. According to him, "If I leave this room, my new ankle bracelet will explode and make a big old mess." Britt tells Jason when he arrives to rescue her. The device represents Pascal's ultimate control mechanism, a death sentence disguised as security. A mother's impossible choice. As panic sets in, Britt's first instinct isn't self-preservation, it's protection. Despite the ticking clock of her own mortality, she cannot bear the thought of Jason risking his life for someone Pascal has already marked for death. When Jason appears ready to attempt disarming the explosive device, Britt makes a heart-stopping revelation that changes everything. "Jason, I need you to save Joss and leave," Britt pleads, her voice breaking with the weight of impending doom. "Don't worry about me. I'm already dead." But her selfless request isn't just about Jocelyn's safety, it's about ensuring Jason survives. For a far more important reason. The secret that changes everything. In what may be her final moments with the man she loves, Britt drops a bombshell that rocks Jason to his core. Through tears and trembling words, she confesses the truth she's kept hidden. She had been pregnant with Jason's child, and secretly gave birth to their daughter. The revelation hits Jason like a thunderbolt. He's a father again, but to a child he never knew existed. Her name is Lily Morgan. Britt whispers, the name carrying the weight of love, loss, and desperate hope. "She's our daughter, Jason. She's alive, but she's in danger." The confession explains so much about Britt's behavior, her mysterious disappearance, and her willingness to work under Pascal's thumb. Everything she's endured, the fake death, the forced collaboration, the isolation from everyone she loves, has been to protect their child. A father's anguish. Jason's world crumbles as the magnitude of Britt's revelation sinks in. Not only is he about to lose the woman he loves, but he's learning about a daughter who needs him, a daughter currently being held captive in Berlin, Germany. The cruel irony isn't lost on him. Pascal and his organization have been using Lily as leverage against Britt all along. "She's being held in Berlin," Britt explains through her tears. "That's why I couldn't leave. That's why I couldn't come home with you. Every day I stayed alive meant another day she was safe." The emotional devastation on Jason's face is heartbreaking as he realizes the impossible position Britt has been in. She's been trapped between saving herself and protecting their child, and she's chosen their daughter every time. The final plea. With minutes ticking away, Britt makes her final plea to Jason. "Promise me you won't try to save me," she begs. "Promise me you'll live long enough to find Lily. She needs her father. She needs you to bring her home." The words cut through Jason like a knife. Everything in his nature screams at him to find a way to save Britt, to defy the odds as he's done countless times before. But the rational part of his mind understands the cruel mathematics of their situation. He can't save them both, and their daughter needs at least one parent to survive. The explosion that changes everything. Jason's anguish is palpable as he makes the hardest decision of his life, taking Jocelyn and Vaughn to safety. He leaves Britt behind, knowing he may never see her again. His promise to find their daughter is the only thing that gives him the strength to walk away from the woman he loves. The explosion that follows rocks the Five Poppies Resort, marking the end of Britt's brave stand and the beginning of Jason's most important mission. The woman who saved his life, who gave him a daughter, who sacrificed everything for their child's safety, is gone, reduced to ash and memory by Pascal's cruelty. A mission born from loss. The aftermath finds Jason in the darkest place he's ever been. Britt's death weighs heavily on his heart, but her final words echo in his mind. "Find Lily. Bring her home." It's a promise that gives his grief purpose and his fury direction. The journey back to Port Charles with Jocelyn and Vaughn is somber, marked by Jason's determination to honor Britt's sacrifice. Every mile traveled is a step closer to the next phase of his life, finding and rescuing Lily Morgan. the daughter he never knew existed, but already loves with every fiber of his being. The hunt for Lily Morgan, Berlin, Germany, becomes Jason's next destination, though the path to finding Lily won't be easy. Pascal's organization is vast and well-connected, with resources that stretch across continents. The fact that they've kept a child captive for leverage shows the depths of their depravity and the challenges Jason will face. But if there's one thing Jason Morgan has proven over the years, it's that he will move heaven and earth to protect the people he loves. Armed with Britt's final gift, the knowledge of their daughter's existence, and fueled by grief and determination, Jason prepares for what may be his most important rescue mission yet. The stage is set for an international manhunt that will test every skill Jason has learned, every connection he's made, and every ounce of strength he possesses. Lily Morgan, the daughter born of love and hidden in shadows, awaits her father's rival, and Jason Morgan has never failed to bring his family home. In true General Hospital fashion, Britt's sacrifice opens the door to new adventures, new dangers, and new possibilities for love and redemption. Her legacy lives on in Lily, and through their daughter, Jason will carry Britt's memory forward as he writes the next chapter of the Morgan family story. Next, we will dive into the exciting shakeup surrounding Charlotte Cassadine's role, and what it means for the show's future twists. In the ever-evolving world of Port Charles, change is the only constant, and fans of ABC's General Hospital were recently hit with a major casting surprise that's set to reshape one of the soap's most intriguing young characters. The beloved role of Charlotte Cassadine, the spirited daughter of Lulu Spencer and the enigmatic Valentine Cassadine, has undergone a fresh transformation. Scarlett Fernandez, who brought such youthful energy to the part, has stepped away, paving the way for a new face to step into Charlotte's shoes. Enter Bluesy Burke, a talented 17-year-old newcomer whose debut has already sparked waves of chatter among the GH community. This switch-up made its on-screen appearance in the episode aired on September 8th, where viewers couldn't help but notice Charlotte's striking new presence, complete with a more mature vibe that hints at the dramatic storylines ahead. Bluesy Burke isn't just any rising star. She comes from a family deeply rooted in the entertainment industry, adding an extra layer of Hollywood glamour to her casting. As the daughter of acclaimed actor Billy Burke, best known for his memorable portrayal of Charlie Swan, the protective father to Bella in the blockbuster Twilight Saga, Bluesy carries a legacy of on-screen charisma. Billy's role as the grounded police chief in those vampire-filled tales resonated with audiences worldwide, and he's continued to captivate in shows like the intense CBS drama Fire Country, where he plays a dedicated firefighter navigating personal and professional fires. On her mother's side, Bluesy is connected to Pollyanna Rose, an actress whose talent shines through in various projects. Interestingly, Billy once penned a heartfelt song titled after his then-wife, Pollyanna Rose, and the accompanying music video featured the couple in a tender, artistic collaboration that showcased their real-life bond. This creative family dynamic seems to have inspired Bluesy, who has openly shared her passions beyond acting. On social media, she frequently posts about her dedication to volleyball, even maintaining a dedicated Instagram account filled with action shots from matches, training tips, and team spirit moments that highlight her athletic side. Imagine Charlotte incorporating some of that competitive edge into her schooled. We see her channeling volleyball teamwork into Port Charles alliances, reflecting on the history of Charlotte's portrayal. It's clear this character has been a canvas for young talent over the years. Scarlett Fernandez first captured hearts when she originated the role at just 7 years old, infusing Charlotte with a mix of innocence and mischief that made her unforgettable. Her on and off tenure allowed for growth, but in 2021, Fernandez bid farewell to the show, opening the door for Amelia McLean to take the reins and bring her own interpretation to Charlotte's evolving personality. The transitions didn't stop there. In 2023, Anna Sophia Bianchi briefly stepped in for a single episode, adding a fleeting but impactful layer to the character's journey. Then, like a plot twist no one saw coming, Fernandez returned a few months later, reclaiming the role and reminding fans why she was such a perfect fit. Each actress has left an indelible mark, from Scarlett's early portrayals of a wide-eyed child caught in family dramas, to the more nuanced takes by her successors. This recasting with Bluesy feels like a natural progression, perhaps signaling Charlotte's shift into her teenage years, where rebellion and self-discovery could lead to even more explosive narratives. The last time we caught up with Charlotte on screen, the drama was at an all-time high, pulling her into a web of international intrigue and paternal devotion. She and her father, Valentine, had fled to the picturesque yet tense landscapes of France, hiding out as Valentine evaded authorities hot on his trail. As a key player in the shadowy pikeman security group, Valentine had entangled himself in a dangerous operation dealing in illegal weapons that threatened global stability. This wasn't just a simple getaway. Valentine was a wanted man, pursued relentlessly by the World Security Bureau WSB and the FBI for his role in pikeman's illicit activities, which included smuggling high-tech arms to volatile regions. The tension built as Lulu Spencer and Dante Falconeri, determined to reunite their family, tracked them down in a high-stakes pursuit across borders. In a moment of rare vulnerability, Valentine realized the peril he was putting his daughter in and made the heart-wrenching decision to release her, affectionately calling her ma petite, his endearing French term for my little one. That has always symbolized their unbreakable bond. But Valentine's troubles were far from over. He slinked back to Port Charles under the cover of night, attempting a bold move to poison Jack Brennan, only for the plan to backfire disastrously, nearly claiming the life of Carly Spencer instead. With Brennan recovering by Carly's side in the hospital, Valentine's arrest was swift, leading to his life sentence in the foreboding Steinmauer prison. Before his departure, he shared a poignant goodbye with Charlotte, filled with promises and regrets that left fans tearing up. Yet, the story doesn't end there, as recent insights from head writers Elizabeth Court and Chris Van Etten have teased an exciting return for both Valentine and Charlotte this fall. In a revealing interview with Soap Opera Digest, they hinted at the duo's involvement in upcoming action-packed plots, suggesting that father and daughter will once again be at the center of Port Charles chaos. This comes on the heels of Charlotte's previous major arc, where her obsession with her father's girlfriend, Anna Devane, took a dark turn. Under the manipulative sway of the villainous Victor Cassadine, Charlotte embarked on a stalking spree, shadowing Anna with a mix of jealousy and misguided loyalty. The climax was shattering. Anna, believing she was defending herself from an intruder, accidentally fired a shot that wounded Charlotte. The horror of injuring a child haunted Anna, but Charlotte, still influenced by Victor's schemes, falsely claimed the shooting was intentional, fueling resentment and lies that strained relationships. This betrayal led to Anna ending her romance with Valentine, leaving scars that could resurface in new ways. Inventing a fresh angle, perhaps Charlotte's time in France has given her a worldly perspective, maybe even picking up some espionage skills from her father's world, setting the stage for her to navigate Port Charles with a sharper, more calculated edge. Looking ahead, TV Insider has dropped intriguing spoilers about Charlotte's pivotal comeback, positioning her as a key player who knows her worth in the game's power dynamics. With Valentine behind bars, Charlotte emerges as a valuable asset to anyone seeking leverage over him, but old allies from pikemen or new foes in Port Charles. She's portrayed as unafraid to leverage her father-daughter connection for personal gains, perhaps negotiating deals or extracting favors that advance her own agenda. This cunning side could manifest in inventive ways, like Charlotte secretly communicating with Valentine through coded messages, or allying with unexpected characters to protect her family's legacy. Adding to the excitement, the storyline promises to deepen her bonds with the next generation of GH stars, particularly Danny Morgan and Rocco Falconeri. Danny, with his Morgan family ties and inherent bravery, might become a confidant or even a romantic interest, while Rocco, as her half-brother through Lulu, could offer familial support amid the turmoil. Imagine scenes where the trio teams up for adventures, blending teenage angst with soap opera intrigue, perhaps uncovering hidden pikeman secrets, or dealing with the fallout of Valentine's imprisonment. This development not only refreshes Charlotte's arc, but also builds a foundation for future generations to carry the torch of General Hospital's dramatic legacy. As Bluesy Burke steps into this role, her fresh energy could infuse Charlotte with a blend of vulnerability and strength, drawing from her own real-life passions like volleyball to make the character more relatable and dynamic. Fans are already buzzing on social media, speculating how this recast will influence ongoing plots, from potential reunions with Lulu to clashes with Anna. Next, we will learn about the whirlwind of twists racing toward Port Charles. During the 2-week window of September 8 through 19, an explosive stretch that promises surprise homecomings, clandestine romances, and a criminal mystery so tangled it could snare half the town before the leaves even finish turning. Longtime viewers barely had time to sip their morning coffee before the first shocker hit. Britt Westburn walks back into Port Charles alive, armed with nothing but a wry grin and Jason Morgan at her side. Their sudden reappearance turns the Metro Court lobby into a collective gasp. No one expected the Britch to survive her Croatian ordeal, let alone stroll in under Jason's protective shadow. Rumor has it the duo boarded a ramshackle trawler in the Adriatic, slipped through 3 separate checkpoints, and bribed a retired WSB pilot to ferry them stateside to Becky's. Why settle for coach when you can smuggle yourself home on a Cold War-era seaplane? The frost-level chill coming from Lulu Spencer and Dante Falconeri could power every AC unit on the waterfront. Lulu already juggling a complicated co-parenting dance cannot fathom Britt anywhere near her son. Rocco Falconeri, Dante, sworn to uphold the law, is torn between badge and blood. Does he arrest Britt for past infractions or trust Jason's word that she's turned over a new leaf? Meanwhile, Rocco, now fueled by teenage curiosity, secretly Googles Britt's greatest hits, wondering whether having a notorious doctor in his orbit will boost his social media cred or ground him for life. Back at GH, Dr. Liesel Obrecht sheds tears usually reserved for opera finals when she sees her Britta breathing. Expect cartoon-size hug, then immediate scolding. Liesel demands every harrowing detail. The hidden Viennese clinic, that refined experimental Huntington's treatments, the breakneck motorcycle chase through Dubrovnik's cobblestone alleys, and the sleepless nights Jason spent synthesizing medication under flickering fluorescent lights. In an abandoned lab, did they truly secure a cure? Or merely buy Britt a handful of precious symptom-free years? Only the top-secret cooler Jason Carisit's biometric lock scanning the faint scar on his palm knows. For sure. While the back from the dead headlines steal oxygen, Nina Reeves fields an offer too tempting to ignore. A silent partner in a cutting-edge genetic firm dangles unlimited access to stem cell therapies and the condition. Nina leverages Crimson's reach to hush an upcoming expose. Nina sees another angle. Could these treatments help Willow Tate, whose fragile nerves fray as she faces accusations of shooting Drew Kane? If Nina intervenes, is she rescuing her daughter, wrapping both of them in fresh legal peril? Across town, Cody Bell morphs from lovable misfit to gallant hero, swooping in to stop a spooked horse from bolting with young Scout Quartermain still in the saddle. Molly Lansing Davis witnesses the daring rescue and, in gratitude, greenlights Cody's once denied equine therapy program. Scout, now smitten with her rescuer's bravery, begs Willow for more afternoons at the Quartermain stables. Willow, granted temporary custody while Drew recovers, happily agrees, seeing the ranch as neutral ground away from accusing whispers. Yet neutrality is scarce. Detective Harrison Chase must investigate Willow with icy objectivity, even though his heart aches at the prospect. Can he parse gun residue reports without memories of Willow tutoring him in meditation, clouding his logic? The department eyes every move. One misstep, and Chase jeopardizes both badge and budding trust. Meanwhile, Michael Corinthos scrambles to locate Jacinda, the elusive escort who confirms his alibi for the night Drew was shot. Jacinda vanished into the neon haze of Jacksonville's nightlife, leaving Michael piecing together a breadcrumb trail of burner phones and cash-only motel receipts. Failure means Michael goes from corporate titan to primary suspect, faster than Sonny can book a private jet. Over at Rice Plaza, Jocelyn Jacks and dashing Vaughn trade stolen kisses beneath the flicker of faulty street lamps, their secret affair doubling as a covert intel swap for the WSB. They hide from Jack Brennan's hawk-like gaze, slipping burner texts in hollowed-out espresso cups and rendezvousing inside museum storage rooms. After hours, danger only sharpens their chemistry. Each risk-packed night deepens a bond neither expected. Back to Britt, who discovers that forgiveness in Port Charles has a shorter half-life than nitroglycerin. Lulu turns PTA meetings into passive-aggressive battlegrounds. Dante lays down house rules so strict even curfew-free nights feel like jail time. And rumors swirl that Britt's medical license is on the brink of permanent revocation. She vows to prove redemption through a free clinic initiative, the Britch pitch that offers Huntington screenings to at-risk families. Will the town embrace her vision or label it a PR stunt? Jason now faces the unsolvable equation of loyalty versus truth. He knows Joss moonlights as a WSB asset, feeding intel to dismantle Pikeman's remaining stateside cells. If he tells Carly, he safeguards Joss but detonates a mother-daughter trust 9 years in the making. If he stays silent, Joss walks a razor's edge with Brennan, who treats spies like disposable chess pieces. Carly, meanwhile, surrenders more of her guarded heart to Jack, blissfully unaware that his past is a labyrinth of classified operations and compromised loyalties. Just when the hospital corridors seem maxed out on drama, a figure who looks exactly like deceased Detective Nathan West steps off the elevator. Is this a medical miracle, an evil twin, or another enemy wearing a flawless mask? Liesel's joy turns to suspicion as genetic tests reveal an anomaly. The newcomer's mitochondrial DNA matches Nathan's, but shows a 2% variance, to suggest lab-grown cloning or deep-cover surgical reconstruction. With both her children potentially restored to her, Liesel wavers between euphoria and dread that someone is puppeteering her emotions. All the while, Drew Kane's hospital room becomes a fortress bunker. Guards monitor every visitor, and bullet fragments pulled from his shoulder undergo metallurgical analysis. Early reports indicate a rare tungsten alloy used in customized sniper round ammo favored by black market operatives with congressional connections. Word on the docks hints a cutthroat congressman is quietly pressuring the PCPD for updates, raising the question, was Drew collateral damage in a plot aimed at silencing someone else? As September 19th draws near, Port Charles resembles a powder keg with a dozen burning fuses. Britt's miraculous survival, Nina's ethical tightrope, Cody's unexpected heroism, Willow's precarious innocence, Michael's frantic alibi hunt, Joss and Vaughn's espionage-laced romance, Jason's impossible choice, Liesel's cloned or not son, and Drew's still unknown assailant. One truth binds these threads: no secret in this town stays buried for long, and when revelations erupt, they tend to take reputations, relationships, and sometimes entire bloodlines with them. So buckle up, GH fans. The next 2 weeks will test every alliance and expose every hidden agenda, ensuring that nothing, absolutely nothing, will be the same once the clock strikes September 20th.